welcome back to another video. So today's video is going to be Summerween reading vlog. I am so excited for this. This is my first year doing Summerween and I am starting a little bit later. So Summerween goes from July 5th to July 11th. It is a readathon that happens in the summer where you bring Halloween to the summer. It is kindly created by Gabby Reads, and like I said, first year doing this and I'm so excited. So that's what I'm going to start off with is Across the Lake by Riley Sager. This one I'm reading for the Night Sky prompt. The other reads I have planned is None of This Is True by Alicia. This book is for the 5-word prompt, and then They'll Be Murdered at the End of the World or something like that. This one is for Set in Summer prompt, and then there's 2 other prompts that are just interconnected. So 3 books I have planned. If I read anything else, I'll know about it. So I actually started The House Across the Lake yesterday. So I did film a clip for that, so I'm going to show you that now. Okay, so I am 272 pages into House Across the Lake by Riley Sager. This is the book I decided to start off with, and this is for the prompt Night Sky. Now technically this book can fit for all prompts, but I decided to just sit in for the one prompt because I would like to obviously read more than one book for Summerween. So I don't know how to feel about this. I also just want to preface that I am actually starting Summerween a day earlier than what I expected. So Summerween actually obviously started July 5th to July 11th, but I actually started it on the 7th. I read for the Summerween on the 7th. Originally I planned it for the 8th, so I'm ahead of my reading, which is great. So anyway, I don't know what to think about the House Across the Lake at the moment. I would definitely say I like it. It's okay. It's just not really like grabbing my attention too much currently, though we are 272 pages in, so I don't know. I'm hoping it'll get a little bit better because it is almost 400 pages, so there is time still. But I think what ruined it at first for me in the beginning was I started off listening to the audiobook, and that just completely ruined it for me, because if you are going to read this, I do not recommend the audiobook at all. The audiobook isn't good in my opinion. I feel like it just ruined the beginning of the book for me, and it kind of like made me a little bit confused, and I don't know what it was, but I switched to reading it with my eyes and I did start to enjoy it a little bit better. So I do believe it was the audiobook that just wasn't doing it for me. Now it's very rare that I say don't listen to an audiobook for a specific book or listen to this, whatever. It's very rare because I am a big fan of audiobooks. I love audiobooks, and it's very rare I don't like an audiobook. So it says a lot when I tell you don't listen to the audiobook. It just wasn't it. About the book, so this is, I forget the names, so I'm going to have to get up some information about this book so that you can understand it properly, because I'm very good at remembering the names. So it's about Casey. She is a widowed actress and she decides to get some peace and quiet at the family lake in Vermont, and obviously this is going to be kind of like in the middle of nowhere. Then there's a couple that lives across in a different lake called Catherine and Tom, and they like know each other, or like kind of like acquaintances, I think. Then one day Casey finds out that notices that Catherine is missing and believes that Tom is why Catherine is missing. I feel like I didn't do that justice with the way I just explained it. It is like 8 minutes past 1 in the morning, so I'm tired, but I am going to quickly read the synopsis for you all, so skip ahead a little bit if you are not interested in listening to the synopsis, because I know that it's not for everyone. Casey Fletcher, a recently widowed actress trying to escape her streak of bad press, has retreated to the peace and quiet of her family's lake house in Vermont. Armed with a pair of binoculars and several bottles of liquor, she passes the time watching Tom and Catherine Royce, the glamorous couple who live in the house across the lake. They make for good viewing. A tech inventor, Tom is rich, and a former model, Catherine, is gorgeous. One day on the lake, Casey saves Catherine from drowning, and the two strike up a budding friendship. But the more they get to know each other, the longer Casey watches, it becomes clear that Catherine and Tom's marriage is not as perfect and placid as it appears. When Catherine suddenly vanishes, Casey becomes confused. Casey becomes consumed with finding out what happened to her. In the process, she uncovers the eerie, dark truths that turn a tale of voyeurism and suspicion into a story of guilt, obsession, and how looks can be very deceiving. That's what it's about. So it's okay. Like I said, I'm hoping it will get a little bit better, a little bit more will happen. I just feel like, because I'm comparing it to other thrillers, which I shouldn't be doing, but this is my second Riley Sager book ever. So, and Final Girls I thought was okay, so it doesn't surprise me. I think this one's okay, but I'm still going to continue because because it's not terrible. I want to preface that it's not terrible. I'm going to continue reading it and we'll see how things go. Okay, so I finished The Lake a little while ago and I decided to rate it 2 stars. I don't know what it was, but I was bored all the way through. I just didn't connect with it. I feel like I was so close to DNFing it, if I'm being completely honest. And yeah, the ending got a little bit better, but I don't know, I just didn't connect with it. And I feel like, I don't know what it was. Like I said, it did get a little bit better at the end. That is why I rated it 2 stars. But I was just bored all the way through. I don't really have much to say about it, to be honest. I don't think it's going to be a memorable one. And what I normally do with authors is I normally give them 3 chances. This is Riley Sager's second. So Final Girls, I think I rated 3 stars a while ago. This one 2 stars. So I haven't had like the best experience. So I'm thinking maybe giving another Riley Sager book a go. If I don't like that one, then Riley Sager is just unfortunately not for me, which is okay. Then I have now started None of This Is True, and I am 25 pages in, and so far I am loving this so much. Like, I'm really enjoying this book, and I can say I already highly recommend it. Yeah, so this book is about Alex. She owns a podcast, and Josie to Alex, they're like known as birthday twins. They're also Josie's past appears to be strange or complicated, and Alex starts digging stuff up or something like that. I'm really enjoying it so far, and we'll see if it continues being as good as it is there. Okay, please don't mind the way I look. I am unfortunately very ill and unwell, so we're just gonna move on, and please ignore the cold in my voice. But I am reading None of This Is True, and I'm on page 231, and I'm loving this so far. I can't put it down. I'm like so addicted to the story, and I love like the podcast section of this where Josie's telling her story, but I'm intrigued of what's gonna happen because I don't know, I feel like there's something about Josie, like there's loads of secrets, and I feel like there might be like a little bit of lying within the story. I don't know. I am very intrigued with it though, so I'm going to continue reading. I'm trying to finish this because I just got an arc on my Kindle that I really want to read, because like it was like my anticipated arc that I really wanted, so I'm trying my best to finish this today so I can start that. But yeah, I am loving this so far. It's definitely looking like a 4 or 4.25 stars. It is a really good thriller, and it's definitely keeping up to the hype that I've been hearing about it a lot. So I am going to stop talking and keep reading. Okay, so it's a while later, it's actually a few hours later, but I have finally finished None of This Is True by Alicia. I was shocked at this ending. This was a wild ride. It definitely keeps you on your toes. The whole time I was reading, I was like, I wonder what it could be. Like, I wonder how it would end. I just couldn't guess, and the ending I just didn't expect at all. It was surprising to me and quite confusing. It did end a confusing way, but in a good way. It kind of leaves you questioning, which is nice, but also not so nice. But you also do kind of get answers, if that makes any sense. But this is such a good book. I absolutely loved it. I rated it 4 stars. I would highly recommend this book, and it really didn't take me long to read at all, but I really did enjoy this. I feel like this might be like one that I recommend a lot, which is good. Okay, so the next book I'm going to be starting is this one. I always get the title mixed up, so I'm not even going to try. This is the last book I have like planned for Summerween, so this is the one that I am going to start now. Okay, so it's a while later, but I thought I'd update. I have read 224 pages of The Last Murder at the End of the World, and I'm actually quite disappointed by this. I'm bored. I feel like it sounded more interesting from the synopsis than what it really is. I honestly thought this was going to be so much better, and it didn't surprise me because it is more sci-fi along with like a mystery plot to it. Sci-fi isn't really my thing, but I honestly had high hopes for this because I've heard so many good things. But personally, I am really not enjoying it. I'm close to finishing, and it is a fast read, so I might as well just finish. But I probably would have DNF'd it if it was any longer. But The good thing about it is a fast-paced read because the chapters are really short, and that's what I'm liking about it, but that's about it really. But yeah, I am going to finish it. Hopefully I'll finish it today because I am reading it quite quickly and I don't have much left. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go and finish it. Okay, so it's a little while later and I have finished The Murder at the End of the World or something like that. The Last Murder at the End of the World? I don't know. I'm gonna keep butchering it. But yeah, I finished it. I rated it 2 stars. This one personally wasn't for me. I was actually quite disappointed from it because I've heard loads of people talking about it. I've heard so many good reviews about it. It sounded so good and it had so much potential, but I was just bored the whole time, and that's why I'm so disappointed. If it wasn't for me reading it for Summerween, I definitely think I would have DNF'd just because I was that bored. Lucky enough though, it is a quick read because the chapters are very short, so it's easy to fly through. It didn't take me long to read at all, and that is probably the only positive side of it. Like I said, this storyline, the story in general had so much potential. I don't know what it is. It just, I don't know. I don't know what it was. I just feel like there was something missing, and I feel like it could have been done a lot better, and that's why I was a little bit disappointed. But that's all I really have to say about that one. I have rated it 2 stars. I'm not sure if I said that, but yeah. So that was the last book for Summerween, and I can't believe it's already over. Well, Summerween's it's 20 minutes past 12, so technically it's the last day of Summerween now, but I've got no more books to read for Summerween. So that is the video that's gonna end here. Thank you all so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you would like to see more bookish content from me, and I hope to see you in my next one. Bye.